everyone. This is Chris from C&L Farms Grows. Today we're going to be planting some sweet peas. These are heirloom sweet peas that we got from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds in Missouri. These are two varieties that I have not tried yet. One is called Little Marvel and the other is called Lillian's Caseload. We will see how these are going to do. I'm also trying something new this time. Instead of planting in my coconut coir, vermiculite, and perlite mix, which is what I use for my microgreens, I'm going to be using these Oasis Horticubes. It's basically a little foam cube. And let me move these out of the way. It's nothing more than a little foam cube. And we saturate this with water once we plant the seeds. I mean, you can actually saturate it with water beforehand, but I like to just go ahead and saturate it with water after I've planted the seeds. That way, if I have any issues with seeds popping out, I can see exactly which ones actually popped out, because it's very clear which ones are, when they pop out from the extra water that may be going in, or if they get dislodged from the water flow. But what we're going to do today is just simply push these down into the little cell holes for each of these horticubes. Now this is a 276 count horticube flat. So these horticubes are about 3/4 of an inch square. These are the ones that I use in my hydroponic system. Although these peas are not going into the hydroponic system, these are going to be probably planted directly into the garden once they sprout. So I'm going to try with the horticubes this time. I probably, depending on how it goes, I may continue doing it with the horticubes. It's really not that bad price-wise to use the horticubes, and it's a little bit easier and obviously cleaner than using soil or peat moss or an actual potting mix. So let's get started. I'm going to just pop all these seeds in here. It's going to be kind of slow going. I'll probably put just a few in just to show how easily they pop in. And then I will turn the camera off and pick it up after I have finished. So they just pop down in there. It's pretty simple. Just drop them in. Some of them are the perfect size to just fall straight in. Some of them actually sit right on the top there. Now there are some open holes here from Lillian's Caseload, which I've already planted. So I'm going to leave those open, and I'll probably put some kale or some arugula in those holes just to have something else to plant. A little bit extra at this point. I may actually plant some cilantro. I've had pretty good luck planting cilantro and getting it to come up and then get planted earlier in the spring than you would think. It actually doesn't do too bad when it's a little cooler. So I might be able to plant it sometime in early March outside. And if I keep it covered with a plastic row cover, then they may actually survive long enough to, give me a good crop of cilantro. But I actually have to go buy some seed. I don't have any seed right now. So if I do that, I'll end up getting some seed today. But I may just put some arugula in those holes. Any of the holes that are left over from planting the peas. Now these peas are not going to fill up this entire tray. There's 276 holes, and there's probably only about 200 pea seeds here. So we'll see what we get once we're done. I have some other things to plant probably this weekend. The onion sets are out at the stores now. At your box stores and your small farm stores, like well, I'm not even going to say any of those names. I don't want to give them any extra credit, but you can buy them. I bought 4 sets of white and yellow onions. I also got some seed potatoes because I've never tried to plant potatoes on the farm, and I'd like to see if I can, grow potatoes this year. We'll see. Don't know how they're going to do. I have to find a place to put them. It's a long-term crop, so I don't typically plant long-term crops because it does, obviously take a long time for those crops to grow. And, I like to get things in and out of the ground as quick as I can to maximize profits. And if you have a crop that takes, 120 days or 140 days, then, you're just sitting there with a crop that's going to take forever before you can actually get something from it. And it's usually a low value crop. So I don't typically, grow things that are low value. The onions, a lot of those I'm going to use myself. Many of them I'll use in my commercial kitchen. The potatoes, we'll probably eat most of them if we get a decent yield from them. But I've got a 4-pound bag of red Norland seed potato, and I'll put it here so you can see those. So here's the red Norland seed potato. There's quite a few potatoes in here. It's 4 pounds. And I also have what is this? Kennebec. 4 pounds of Kennebec seed potatoes. So these are certified seed potatoes from the 2020 crop. And I'm going to try them. We'll see what they do. I've got a number of other types of crops that I'm doing this year that I haven't really done a whole lot of in the past. So obviously I have my sunburst patty pan squash. We're going to be doing a kabocha squash or winter squash this year. So we'll plant that later in the summer and get that going once the potato or the watermelon and cantaloupe are done. Then we're going to be planting a lot of different winter squash and pumpkins. So we've got some hybrid sweet peppers, escamillo. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember what that one looked like, but it's a sweet pepper. We're going to be doing a petite gris de Lorraine, which is a cantaloupe type melon. So we've done this one before in the past, and it has done really well. It's very sweet, does a really good job at the farmer's market. We're going to try and get some of these wonder berries planted. We're looking to have a lot of fruit and berries on the farm. Most of our long-term, future-proof crops are going to be apples and pears and peaches and plums, as well as a number of different berries like elderberry, wonderberry, currants. We've got some goji berries that we're going to try. There's a black, and then there's a scarlet goji berry. These are from Baker Creek. We're also going to plant some moringa trees. It's really an herb, but you can eat the leaves on the moringa tree or moringa bush. And it's a perennial for the most part, so it should come back. We can pollard that and basically just top it, and it will regrow. We can also propagate this by just cutting the limbs and shoving them in the ground. I've seen plenty of people do that, especially a lot of the permaculture folks that I follow. They just cut them and stick them in the ground, and you got a new moringa tree. We'll see. We'll see. What else do I have? I've also got some high mowing organic seeds, some True Love F1 melon, and a Divergent melon. These two are, I believe they are more like a cantaloupe type melon, or just a sweet musk melon. And of course we've got our shishito peppers, which I love. They're great when they turn red. They're very sweet and they're very delicious, great for frying and sauteing. And then we've got a red and a yellow picnic pepper. Everybody knows what a picnic pepper is, so you buy those at the grocery store. They're just small peppers that you can just eat, or you can cook with them. So I've got a number of peas and shelling peas, different varieties that I'm going to try and plant this year. So that's about it. Just wanted to show, how we planted these peas, and just something we're going to trial and try and see if they do well in the Horticube. I hope they do. So we will see what they do for us, and I've got to figure out what to plant in the rest of this tray over here. So that's about it. If you enjoy this video, I know it was short, there's not a whole lot of action in it, but if you enjoy the video, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends, share it. Also click the bell so you can get notified of new videos that come out, and I will see you next time on the farm.